to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. This is Wednesday. This is 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK and in Portugal. And we say hello to Harper. Hello.
Hello.
And to Marco. Hello.
Hello from Portugal. How are you, my friends?
I'm good. I was tempted to answer you in Portuguese then, but that wouldn't have worked.
Well,
really
you should try. You should try.
No, I will practice. And thank you to everybody who's joining us live. Now, if we wind back a week, you were hosting the show, Marco.
Absolutely.
You were, and that was quite a show because it's the first time. I mean, there are 10 of us involved in going live and doing the live video production blueprint, and you had 8 people on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's challenging. Even though the last Wednesday I had an amazing, challenging day in matters of live streaming because I had the show with you who lasted, I think, 1 hour and 10 minutes, more or less. And then 1 hour after, I will have this show, another one, which I had also, I think we were, at some point, we were about 6 at the same time on screen.
Yep.
It lasted almost 3 hours. I had to bring to screen, I think, 14 videos. And I had to, in some of them, I had to stop them, to pause them, instead of letting the whole video, playing the whole video. I had to bring images. It was a very challenging show because, first of all, because it was really long, 3 hours. It was a long show. And because I was here and now I have to play this video, let's do it. So last week we talked about producing shows, and for me it was very challenging because all the process we spent 2 hours preparing just the videos to see, okay, now it's this video, you have to play it from this there to there, okay, and I have to take notes. I made a playlist on YouTube with the videos in the right order, so I could know which one. And even like there was this problem about ads. I played a video and a ad popped. It was good. Thankfully, it was not a naughty ad. But
you know control, have you? I mean, the adverts show that you can't choose them.
Well, you have that 5 seconds waiting that you can, let's go. and the problem was, for instance, there was time I had to play more than one video in a row. And when you have one video, okay, you stop, then they talk, and then you have another video. What I did, before the video went on to the screen, I hit play. So if the advertisement has to show, it show, no problem at all. And then I put it back and it's okay. You had a fresh start. But for instance, there was at least 2 times when I had 3 videos in a row. So in the video of the middle, let's show some advertisement. But it was good. It was challenging, but at the same time it was very good because it makes you think. Because as you know, Stephen and Harper, one of the things I like to work on is to framing the work. How can I make it this more easy, more fast, and to save me time? And that's what I thought. I was thinking, okay, I have 13 videos on YouTube, and then I had another one from LinkedIn. How can I make it easier for me to play this? Let's make a playlist on YouTube, and then let's play it. Blah blah blah. It was so good.
You impressed yourself.
Absolutely. I at the end I kissed myself and I say, "Oh my God, you're so good."
Right, absolutely brilliant. I say hello to Kelly.
Hello, Kelly.
Hello,
And,
Kelly.
Karinder is there also.
Yeah.
Hello, Karinder. How are you, my friend?
And Kinrinder is saying that he and Gospel are going to do a show together.
Oh, good.
So I'm sure we'll all watch that and wish you every success with the broadcast. And over to Kelly, who's confirming that he's still in Sarnia, Ontario, in Canada, right on the border with the States.
Yeah, I had to look that up and see where it was. Close to Detroit.
Yeah. Right, now you found some software, Marco.
Yeah, I found this amazing software to put subtitles on your videos, because by these days, mostly on those nugget videos about less than 3 minutes, or about, I don't know if there's a standard time to say that a video is a long video or is a nugget. I don't know it, but to those tiny videos that you can cut from your live streamings, from your longest videos, I found this video, which is Get Subly, with Subly, and it's an amazing tool. I made it to transcribe a video from Portuguese, which is, I think, from AI. It's Portuguese is not the and another thing. There's this situation. We have Portuguese from Portugal and Portuguese from Brazil, which are not the same. I think it's kind of the same as English from England or UK and English from United States. I think it's similar, the differences you find in both of languages. And the problem is that we had 220 million people talking Portuguese from Brazil, and we have, I think, more or less 10 million of Portuguese talking Portuguese in Portugal. So I think it's good to understand
Yeah.
the difference. And I thought, oh, well, because it was on beta, the Portuguese from Portugal, let me try. And I can say it has an accuracy percentage of about 80%. I believe, even though I didn't make I didn't try it, in English, it should be even more accurate, the transcription. So give it a try. I don't know, do you put the link there, Stephen?
Can you screen share?
Yeah, of course I can.
And then you can tell us about it. Right. Port Huron, Michigan. Sorry, I've got to be precise with Kelly for this. He's not in Sarnia. He is from Sarnia, but he's currently in Port Huron in Michigan. Thank you, Kelly. I won't make the same mistake again. Okay, so if I bring that in.
Okay, there you go. So can I show the pricing table, Stephen?
Yeah.
I don't have any affiliate link, so there's no sponsorship here. Okay, so
okay.
It gives you these features. It was very late yesterday when I tried, so I was a little bit asleep. Maybe I didn't find the whole. Let me log in.
While you're logging in, I'm trying. I was kind of revamping a page on Facebook that I used to have, a few years ago, and so I was resharing them on a page. I haven't really. It's publicized, but I haven't really put it out there to because I cleared everything on it. But I'm playing around with the subtitles for the videos that I did from 2016, and oddly enough, is as I'm going through and editing and correcting this and that on the editing on the subtitles, you realize just how many times back then I said I still say it now, but it was like every time I paused and breathed, I said
Yeah, Stephen, can you please bring the screen share because it went to another? Yes, thank you. So there you go. I already did. It was the video I uploaded yesterday. So it generates a .srt file. For instance, you can put it together in a editing software. You can put it together on Videoland. Okay, you have that subtitles on menu. You hit there, and then you can find put them together. Okay, and now also you have the TXT file if you want, for instance, to create a blog post, and then the process is upload. Okay, here you select the language. British and US English, they are already in the definitive version. Portuguese, both Portuguese, still beta. Okay, so let me put this in Portuguese. Okay, you can drag a video here. Let me see if I can find a video. It should be hard because I don't make video that often. Oh my God. It should be a challenge for me. Okay. Okay. I have them here.
If you're watching live, thank you. Marco's given a demonstration of Subly, which is software which will subtitle your broadcasts correctly and elegantly. And
okay, I will bring a video in English, US, okay, and then upload and subtitle. Now they have these elves working. Well, I think we can keep because we don't have here as this.
You want to leave the elves working and come back to it?
Yeah, I think it's because we don't have here, as we see that gastronomic shows, they put the thing on the oven, and in the very next second they took it from the oven ready. I don't have it here.
Yeah, there was a program in the UK called Blue Peter, which was a children's program, and every week they used to make something, and it was with bits of cardboard, bits of plastic, bits of sellotape. They actually created something, but they never actually finished it. But there was always one made that they could bring out the end and say, this is what you finish with when you actually do it. Ah dear, those were the days. Okay, we've got further clarification now. Let's just make sure we understand. Thank you, Kelly. Sarnia is bordered with Port Huron, Michigan, not Port Huron, Detroit, and Windsor, Ontario is bordered with Detroit. Geography lessons for us all today. Well, I didn't actually take geography. I learned German instead of learning. Oh, that's my excuse.
Kelly, I was just saying geographical area, like saying Seattle area or LA area. I knew that they weren't side by side. and now Kelly's back on the.
I think as usual, Stephen. I think we mentioned so many times that one of the big advantages of going live is to learn.
It is, yeah.
It's happening, my friend. It's happening. By the way, I moved my microphone to the top.
I noticed that.
Yeah. Why? Because before I had it in this at this level. And okay, the stand was here, and I couldn't move my arms. And as you may
noticed.
Yeah, you may notice that I like to move my arms. And for instance, when you are recording, and for instance, I'm recording a tutorial about some tools, and then I do slice by slice the videos. Then I record the video and let's editing. I had to put the microphone aside and then put it down again and then put it aside and like this, it doesn't bother me at all. And I think the sound keeps moving. It's still good.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think I might be using Crisp. Let me see if, okay, I will.
Crisp is brilliant. Yeah.
Crisp is good. I bought the license because one of the things that happened often was I had this 120 minutes each week. And more than once, I hit it. Okay, let's remove the noises, and then I forget to turn off Crisp. And in the very next live streaming, I was there to activate Crisp, and it shows me that you don't have more minutes this week. So okay, I have to buy the license.
Yeah.
And it's not that I think it's about 36 euros each year. I think it's not that expensive, and for us who make live streaming and we want to have a nice sound because we know how important a clear sound it is, so I think it's not expensive.
The other thing is that you're actually benefiting everybody else in the building because they can move around normally and it's not heard. They can play music. You know, it does make a lot of difference. Hello to everybody who's watching. If you're new to the show, this is Harper, Marco, and Stephen. This is our weekly broadcast. It's our weekly broadcast from Restream.io, and we're in the middle of a demonstration of subtitling software.
I think, well, the video disappeared. I don't know where.
Right.
It happened also yesterday. I don't know what the hell is going on. Because maybe they know, okay, this guy is Portuguese. He doesn't have to be transcribing videos in another language. Because yesterday it also happened with a Spanish video. It also disappeared. And the Portuguese remains there. It's funny. But I think I can show how. Let me see.
Okay. Say when.
I can show if you want, Stephen, I can show how you can put together subtitles and video.
Okay, it's all yours.
Okay, so let me what? Okay. Let me screen share. Okay, I think you may have the. So
yeah, we're back again. Switch. Okay. We got the cone.
Okay. And now to have the subtitles together. It's on Portuguese, but here is the subtitle button. Okay.
With problems when you're going live.
And now you have the .srt file.
Okay.
Okay, I will show a little bit without for you to say, oh, he made this. Okay, he's tricking us. Okay. No subtitles. Okay. So now let me bring the subtitles to the screen.
Oh, nice.
That's very, very swish.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, sorry. There you go. I think it's a nice feature. I've seen here some mistakes. I should correct him, but I think one of the problems is to start, because if you had to write it down from the beginning, it's a tough job, and also to synchro them. It's another problem to put it in appearing in the right time and to disappearing in the right time. It's hard. So I think they will save you a lot of time. For instance, yesterday I had this guest, which was him who talked about it, Sam, and he told me, before I spent about 2 hours editing subtitles. Now I spend 10 minutes. So I think it works.
Indeed. Right. Comment from Michael Creaser, and he's saying that he's lost your audio. I can hear you. Harper, can you hear Marco too?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Michael?
Right.
Let me know if you can hear me, Michael. Please, listen to me.
Okay. All good. Right. Now, Harper, my geography, as I said, is ridiculous. Are you actually affected by the fires?
I'm down here in southern Arizona, so depending on how the winds go, last week it looked like some kind of Mad Max scary movie. Middle of the afternoon, the sun's up in the sky, and all you see is this dark red sun. I mean, it was really kind of weird. But right now, the jet stream has moved up more to going from Washington east across the U.S.-Canadian border. So right now, we're not really getting California smoke over here anymore. It's still kind of hazy. I mean, we don't have that really beautiful blue sky like we normally have, but it just kind of looks like it's slight overcast or hazy or something. But yeah, a lot of places are. My daughter lives in Seattle, and their air quality is still like extremely unhealthy, and so they're wearing their face masks inside and outside, just simply for the smoke, so it doesn't get in their lungs.
Yeah, it's difficult time. I mean, but this year it's worse than normal. Would you say?
Oh yeah. The whole western part of the U.S. is pretty much on fire right now. It's a lot of them are. It's just arson. You know, the people are going out and just starting fires for no reason. There was a big one that started in California. It's one of those. I don't know if you guys have this kind of stuff over in Europe, but they have when a couple find out that they're pregnant, then they have a gender reveal party. And so then they'll have like either little blue smoke canisters or pink ones to say whether or not it's a girl or a boy. And well, somebody in LA had one of those, and it ended up sparking a fire that went 7,000 to 10,000 acres last I heard, and then it ended up merging with another fire, and yeah, so it's been pretty crazy. And that one was obviously accidental. Excuse me, but there's they've been arresting people left and right that stop on the side of the road, and I literally try to set the grass on the side of the road on fire. So it's just crazy. The world has gone nuts over here this year. So
yeah, the firefighters, are a lot of the firefighters volunteers?
Or what now?
Are firefighters volunteers, or are they?
There's a lot of most of our regular firefighters are all paid. That is their full-time job. But at this point, every state on the western half has called in every volunteer that they have, and pretty much anybody with any experience to come and help. So they've got the National Guard has all been activated. That most of them have aviation that they can drop the either water or the clay powder down to help it. So
yeah, I saw a picture the other day of the clay powder. And it's just amazing how it actually works and kills the fire.
They we got what was it back in? In fact, when I did my trip up to Seattle a couple months ago, I ended up having to come back because my neighborhood was actually on standby to evacuate. That's how close the fires got to us, and it was just like, oh. So when I got back down here and saw where they had dropped all that clay, it was like part of it was in one guy's backyard. That's how close the fire got to, and out here everything's so dry. And we haven't even had a monsoon season right now, and right now we should be a month and a half into just drenching all of our ground, but everything is dry as can be. So
not only you got the fires, you're headed for a drought.
Yeah. So right now, what they're saying is that they're worried that because all of the brush and the trees and everything aren't getting all that water and basically hydrating, that they're really worried about the late fire season. So like in November, December, when the storms come and brings in the desert, we get a lot of lightning. It can easily strike up stuff. So,
but there is a natural end in sight within.
Not really. What they're saying is that what really controls our weather this time of year is how many hurricanes we have that are on the west side of Mexico. Mm-hmm. So as they come up, it really kind of messes up because we get a lot of our moisture from the Pacific Ocean that comes across Baja California and into northern Mexico. It comes up into us. Well, when the hurricanes come, it really throws off that cycle. So and they've had an extremely high number of hurricanes in that area, and so it's really kind of thrown off our weather this year. That's why we're not getting any of the rain.
And we're joined by Zimbabwe for Andrew Field, a good friend, has joined us. So hello, Andrew.
Hello.
Hi, Andrew.
Zimbabwe. So we are truly international because we've reached Africa.
Yep. Intercontinental.
Absolutely.
That's right. We span the globe. We span the globe.
Yep. We have America. We have Europe. We have UK.
We have Canada.
Where they fit in there.
Yeah.
Because UK left Europe.
Not yet. Not until the 1st of January. Who knows?
Oh, is that when it is? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we voted. I didn't vote to leave, but the majority voted to leave, so we leave on the 1st of January. Yeah. And basically, before then, we've got to get a trade agreement. Okay, this is a true story. We've been trading with 28 countries with no tariff barriers. So we can send goods to any of those 28 countries and there's no tariffs on. It's just, if it costs $100 here, it will cost $100 there. But because we're leaving the EU, we have to negotiate with 28 different countries whether we actually do it for $100 or $105 or $95. And we haven't done anything yet. The only trade agreement we've got is with Japan. And there's a phrase, they've screwed us. They've given us a trade agreement which they'd give to anybody. But we leave on the 1st of January next year. And our basic problem is this, that a lot of the food we eat is imported from Europe. And the way it gets here is to go from Calais to Dover by lorry, and then it's transported throughout the country. And the government have just bought in near the port in London, Birmingham, Manchester. In fact, you name it, they bought up land and they're building lorry parks so that tens of thousands of lorries can just park up. Now, if you are carrying goods which are perishable, and they say you've got to stay there for 3 days, then whatever's in your wagon, even if it's refrigerated, will have gone off. So we haven't got a clue what's going to happen. We don't have a clue. Our government doesn't have a clue. We don't have a clue. We know that our professionals, our manufacturers and our distributors and wholesalers and retailers, they know what they're doing. Whether they'll be allowed to do it or not is a different thing entirely. It's all red tape because, well, Nancy Pelosi is not happy with us at the moment.
She's not happy with anybody.
I know that. I was setting you up for that one.
It's not just the UK.
Basically, we made an agreement when we left Europe that we'd have a trade agreement, and the problem is with Northern and Southern Ireland, because what they don't want is a border between the two, a physical border. Right. Now, Northern Ireland is still part of the UK, and Southern Ireland is a separate country, still part of the EU. But they didn't want a physical border because that takes things backwards, especially in light of the troubles were finally ended. So they don't want to go back there anywhere near. So our Prime Minister has said, you know, when we signed that treaty last year, you know the bit about Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland? We don't like it. So we're going to get together in Parliament and we're going to pass a bill which makes that part of the agreement illegal. Yeah, and that's why Nancy Pelosi is upset, because if you can't trust us to trade properly with Ireland, who can you trust us with? So we're stuffed. Oh, well, that's the rant over. That is the rant over. And Kelly is updating us. It's burning 1,000 acres or 10 football fields nearly every 30 minutes. So in 24 hours, it would burn up an area the size of Washington. It brings everything into perspective.
Yeah, all these fires are burning. I mean, it is going to. Not sure what it's going to do to any crops or anything like that. That's in certain areas. Like Washington State is. My dog. After this, I'm going to have to go see what she sees outside. Hopefully it's not a wild pig. But, yeah, I mean, up there in Washington State, I mean, it could really affect the apples and stuff like that. So, but, yeah, so it'll be interesting. Yeah. I got to go see what my dog's barking at. I'll be right back.
Okay, we're going to switch your mic off. Can you switch your mic off? Right. Okay. So we'll just hide Harper for a moment, and it's you and me. Right. Okay. Then when Harper comes back, we'll bring Harper back in. And Kelly is saying that was a golden rant. Thank you, Kelly. And Alan is saying keep ranting. I think you've got to let off steam occasionally, because. I mean, we make our corner of the world as good as it can be. Family, friends, our friends on Facebook, we've got our own universe. But every so often, you've got to be part of the bigger world, and that's basically broken at the moment. But never mind. We do our bit, don't we?
Absolutely.
Right. You know, I said that we could fly to Portugal next year.
Yeah. I remember. Let's see if...
Because
right now you can't.
No, we can't. We can't.
Again. So again. I don't know why. I don't know why. But because for instance, in Algarve, which is where most of English go to spend some holidays, I don't think they're having new situations. Day by day, I think it's very safe flying to there. So I don't know which criteria does Mr. Johnson puts in the table to see. Okay, let me see. We have this joke here in Portugal. I don't know. Maybe you don't have it there. In college, sometimes we don't see. rationality in which grades we get on exams. Okay, so for instance, we had it was okay when we made it, and then we go and see the grade, and it's not that good. Usually, we like to say, okay, the teacher picks all the examines, he throw them to the air, and those who felt in the top of the table, they have a nice grade. Those who felt on the chair, not so good. And those who felt on the floor, they 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 couldn't make it. They
Ah,
have a, a, a bad grade. And I think it's almost the same, Mr. Johnson, about those countries he doesn't allow to fly. Okay, let's see. Let's put them together in a pile. Now let's throw them to the air. Okay, let's see which one felt it on the table. Okay, so you can go to Sweden. Portugal, it's on the floor. Oh my God, we cannot go to Portugal.
drop that card. There is logic behind it. I mean, basically, let me just go there. There is logic behind it. Basically, they look at the number of people infected per 100,000 of the population. And if the number goes above 20 per 100,000, then you're on the no-fly list. And Portugal went down, and then it's gone back up. And the Algarve hasn't changed, as you quite rightly say.
No. It's very safe going to Algarve.
Yeah. I mean, I can't fly to Portugal. I can't fly to the States. I can't even fly to Canada.
Yeah, maybe you can fly to Manchester.
Well, I can fly to Jersey, and I could actually go to France or Germany, I think. And okay, and a question from Corinda. And right, let's catch up. Kelly's saying he's got 3 friends that came from the Azores.
Yeah, I've never been in Azores. I have been in Madeira. Azores, I never went there. But it's a nice place. But the whole Portugal, it's a nice place to be.
It's a nice place. It's a nice place, but it's full of Brits.
More in the south. In the south. In the north, you may find or Portuguese or Spanish from Galicia mostly.
Okay. I was teasing.
No,
Question from Corinda. Marco, can I ask you something? What you said about last week with Joe, always listen. Can you explain that right now? So I think you mentioned last week that you should listen to your guests.
Absolutely, yes. I think for many reasons. First of all, it's because when you bring a guest to your show, it's about them, not about you. If you want to be the star, be alone. That's one thing. When I started doing interviews, I lose the habit of going live all alone, solo lives, and I think, okay. I started positioning myself as the guy from the interviewer, and my knowledge, my positioning was the guy who is a marketing consultant, a marketing trainer, or something. Okay, so I had this need to going live all by myself, like the song, so I can speak and I can say whatever I want and to share my knowledge with people. If you want to go live to share your knowledge, go by yourself, or you can do kind of what we are doing now with Stephen and Harper, which is a show where everybody is on the same field, on the same stage, and we can, Stephen is talking, I talk, Harper talks, and it's kind of 33% each one of us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. if you want to bring a guest, it's about him or her. It's for me nonsense to bring someone to be your guest and then you speak even 40% of the time, if you speak more than 30% of the time, you made it wrong. it's my my opinion. And also, it's good to listen because you should keep the conversation going. And if you don't listen what your guest is saying, what are you going to ask after his answer? So your guest is speaking, and you are here. Okay, what should I buy tomorrow? The grocery store, or should I go to the restaurant, Italian restaurant, a Japanese restaurant tomorrow? What should I do? And then your guest speaks, and I say, "Oh, okay. Well, tell me, what do you want? What do you like most? Spanish, Japanese food, or Italian food?"
Yeah.
No sense. Okay, so I think it's this. For me, these two things are truly important. Why listening is very important. First, because that's what you should do when you bring a guest. It's to listen to him, and then to keep the conversation going. You should listen. Okay. Oh, you talk about this. Okay, let's explore this thing. Well, that's it. Because if you don't listen, how can you do this the right way?
Yep, that's true.
And another thing, and there's this saying here in Portugal: if you are in a place with 10 people, for instance, if you stay there and you just listen, you are learning from 9 people. You are getting knowledge from 9 people. If you are talking all the time, you don't learn anything else, because you are saying what you already know.
Right.
And that's how, because that's why I spoke and I speak about this so often. For instance, as I said, if you are a teacher, if you are in front of 10 students, 20 students, 30 students, you're not doing your job well if you are not the person in the class, in the room, who's learning more.
Sure. Now, talking of learning, a rare event here. I'm going to go full screen. Now, every so often, I get asked to interview somebody, and this interview was suggested by Krista Boven, who's based in Belgium, and she's known Carl for a long time, and she suggested that he and I get together and do a live show today. And it went out at 10 a.m. Eastern today. And for the first quarter of an hour, it was an interview. He'd sent me some questions, asked him the questions. We actually know each other from 15 years ago, and we're not quite sure whether we met, because we were both... Well, we don't. I mean, we went on a weekend in Belgium, went to Mechelen, and we met a lot of Belgian members of the same website, Academy in the UK, and we just got on famous. So the Belgians and Brits are like that, really. And so are the Portuguese, and in English as well. But the first quarter of an hour of the interview went normally, and then he had got Manycam. And he said, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Manycam, and I'm going to give you a 20-minute demonstration of what I do. Now, I had no idea what Carl was about to do, and I was just drawn in. And the next 20 minutes just flew by. He told a story, and he told it visually. I had never seen it before, which is why I'm going to post a link later to that, because I was blown
Why don't
away.
you share a little bit on the screen, Stephen?
If I could link to YouTube, I would.
You can.
How?
You can share screen.
Well, go. Right, Marco, take over for a moment while I actually do this in the background, because it's going to take a little bit of doing, because it's not actually a listed video yet.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's still processing.
Oh, okay.
I can do that.
I think you can.
Okay, I will. I've always like a challenge. So let's go back to the three of us, and there we are. We're back. So I'm going to go off and do something in the background, hopefully, and by magic.
Yeah, we can ask Harper to dance a little bit.
We can ask you to dance.
This is just regular coffee, guys. Oh. Well, one of the Marco was talking about listening to your guests and stuff like that. The thing that popped up in my head was, if we're not listening to our guests, why should the audience listen to our guest? You know, I mean, we need to be, if we look disinterested, then the audience is looking at us going, okay, yeah, this guy's just rambling on, or, you know, whatever, you know.
Yeah, and it shows on the screen. I think
it does. It does.
I think one of the things about live streaming is engagement, is interaction. So if your guest is talking, and sometimes, for instance, usually I have these papers here to take some notes, and I people may see me looking down, writing, but if you are all the time, and for instance, there's these situations when you have fixed questions to your guests. The problem with this, even though it should be a nice format, it works sometimes. But the problem, and for me, it's a problem. I may get distracted because, okay, I know which questions I have to make it next. So why should I bother listening? Because my head, not my head, my head, if I don't have to be, if I don't oblige myself be paying attention, my head flies. For instance, I play soccer, as you say. I was a goalkeeper. And the problem with goalkeeper is that they don't play too much in a game, you know? Mm-hmm. We are in the game 3% of the time.
It's a lot of the time.
Yep. Most of the time we are there just, okay. The thing I find to be all the time paying attention is that I was from the defender next to me to the forward. I was saying them, go to the ball, go look at the left, look at the right, pay attention, run, and get back. I was giving them instructions all the time, from the defender to the forward in the other side of the field, because otherwise I will be thinking about shopping, girls, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so that's how and if I made interviews and I had the script whole there, my head, okay, let's go. Did he finish? Yes. Okay, let's drop in the next question. Okay, and then my head again.
Yep.
So, for instance, sometimes I have the questions, my guests, because I leave the option on the table. If a guest likes to have these questions sending before the show, it's not a problem for me. But one thing I like to do, okay, I know the question. Let me create context with what you have said now, okay? And let's bring the question in a smoother way. Let me give them some new clauses so it can flows with the conversation. Did I make myself clear? Instead of making the question like it is on the paper, mm-hmm. I make some introduction, okay, and then what do you think about it? And other thing, I had a kind of a fight discussion last week, because some people, what they like to do, they record an interview and then they, using Restream, for instance, they can play the interview as they were live. And they said to me, oh, people don't notice you're not live. And I say, really? How the hell they don't notice? If I'm putting you questions and nobody reacts to my questions, you're not live. Come on. Am I crazy? And I said, for me, it doesn't make any sense. If you are interviewing someone without this interaction and because you can share that like a recorder. Okay, this is recorded. That's it. And I'm going live with a recorded. Okay, I accept that. For instance, if this happens like it happened for me, I think twice or 3 times. I went live, and due to technical issues, for instance, in LinkedIn, the live was awful, and it cut it, and I left the broadcast to LinkedIn. In that case, I accept, even though I didn't make it, that you can use the recording, because in Facebook or YouTube, for instance, it was okay. I accept that you can, before that, after that, not before, after that, you can make this broadcast to LinkedIn, because you wanted to do it live. You couldn't make it. Okay, for me it's okay that you can do this like it was live, but you should make the disclaimer. Okay, I'm transmitting this this interview. It's recorded. It's not live, but I'm here in the how do I say it? In the backstages, and if you want to put some questions, feel free, because I will answer. That's okay for me. But if you are faking a live show and you think that people on the other side don't notice, really?
They're going to notice, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. And, I think it would be good, like for, if you kind of have a one-on-one with somebody who can't, who due to their schedule can't be on at the same time your show is, but you're doing live. As long as you tell people, it's like, here's an interview that I did with, such and such, and here's how it went, and then you show that, But yeah, don't be like, yeah, here we are, we're on this live show, and it's like, pre-recorded. It's like, that's not live.
It's like the term evergreen webinar.
Yeah.
It grates with me, does that, because you've recorded it once and you just, well, never mind, you're not actually there when it goes live. Right, okay, now, good rant there, Marco. I'm going to put this full screen and we're going to try this. It may or may not work, but we're going to try. This is Marco's suggestion, but it's my execution of the suggestion. I'm going to press play. Now, just to give you the background to this is about 2 minutes in. Carl, who, as I say, is in Belgium.
Can you unmute the video, please, Stephen?
Is it actually playing?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
All right. Okay. I'll be quiet, Marco. Right.
English. A, B, C, she said. But then I use my different trees. Excuse me. This could be a tree as well. But this is about a dream or a thinking. There's another line I will use later. I like the letter V. And a V, in a V, makes a little plane. And the aeroplane, the plane is flying. Oh, it did a little loop. So the plane is moving. Another shape is the M.
Nice letter.
And I will add another M. Yeah, when you make it bigger, you can make mountains. You make a template of mountains out of them. Or T. course, means danger. Or a circus podium. Actually, it isn't. In visualization, dots are important as well. Dots are connecting things. Even in your mind, connecting the dots. Everybody knows that exercise. But in visualization, I use dots to connect. See? And for sure, the Antwerp people who are looking now see a diamond. But when I turn it around, I can see a circus. So, visualization is playing.
Right. What I'm going to do is just fast forward a minute, and you'll see that that story actually comes to life.
When we draw, when we visualize information, that's what we do. And that's what Tony Bazan taught me. But the most important thing that Tony Bazan taught me, that I wasn't a normal thinker. I'm a visual thinker. I'm thinking visually. It took me 40 years to learn for myself that I'm a visual thinker. And I have to admit, this was an eye-opener. It made me happy. This could be my unique selling proposition in what I'm doing, in training, in coaching, and facilitating. But I couldn't draw. The only thing I could do was drawing mind maps, what I'm actually doing right now. I want to deepen into visualization. And for me, it was a real adventure. An adventure in discovering the world of visualization. I went to Bicablo in Cologne, in Germany, Köln. I met people, visual people, European visual practitioners. I met people, and they inspired me. And they give me the boost to create my own way of coaching, of giving training, of teaching, and of facilitating.
I'm going to tell you the remainder of the story because you can actually catch up with it. It's on my profile if you want to learn the end of the story. But he became a teacher, and he uses visual storytelling, and he's part of a pan-national group that actually do this. But he wrote a book about his experiences. And the driving force for his change, because he turned 40 and he changed everything. His wife suffered a stroke from which she successfully recovered. And he thought, now I've actually got to go out and change my life and make sure every day counts. And I want to teach people, and I want to be a storyteller, and I want to tell people stories. And he actually created, my cursor is over a book, you can't see my cursor. He created a book written in Dutch, and he sold 800 copies of the book. And then he gave the money that he raised from selling the book to charity, which I was spellbound actually watching this, because I was just sat there watching live, sat in the background producing it. But I just, well, as you can tell from my reaction, even 2 hours after that, I am totally blown away. So it just shows the power of video to actually tell stories. Thank you for indulging me there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah. Right, well, we're coming up towards the end of the show. It's an hour. Harper, when are you next live?
I will be live in 2 hours.
Right.
On Car Therapy on Facebook.
Car Therapy, be there in 2 hours' time. Marco, are you going live again today?
Maybe. I was thinking about
4 or 5 times.
No, not really. Well, tomorrow I will be live with a lady from Mexico. We are talking about digital marketing conference, which will take place in October. I will be there talking about live streaming. Who will guess that? Who's gonna guess that?
Yeah.
And tomorrow we will be talking a little bit about online events, how to manage them, and at the end we're gonna talk about this digital marketing conference online, congress online. And I'm willing to make a tutorial about Crello, which is a Canva competitor. And last Friday, they arrived with a really nice feature which allows you to remove the background of your photos with just one click.
Yep.
Because I know that lots of softwares and websites can do that on internet, but here it's everything in the same place. So you're building Instagram story, a Facebook post image, and you have this picture you can upload to the Canva, to the frame, and then you just, by hitting one button, it removes the background. I've tried this with a very solid background, which is easier, and it does the job really well. And then I went to see how does it work with not so clear and solid backgrounds, and it worked really well also. So it's a nice feature because you don't have to remove the background in one tool, then download, then upload, and then whatever. In the same space, you upload your picture, you remove the background, and then you place in the right place. So
removing backgrounds is a pain in the, and to have it all in one place would be brilliant. Excellent. Okay, yeah. Right. You'll find me tomorrow at 5 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. in the UK on Loving for Britain, episode 244, getting towards episode 250 in 6
No
weeks.
Big deal.
No big deal. Been team of 4 broadcasting together for the last 5 years, and Kelly is saying bye for now.
Bye, everybody. It was a pleasure to have you here again next week.
Alan is saying it's a recording. No, we're live, but the video is recording. Yeah. Everybody, thanks for watching us. Take care.
It was a pleasure.
Bye.
Have a great week.
Well, it's the buttons over